My name is Amy Klein, and I worked with my employer, Capital Federal, to develop a training for frontline managers. So in this training, this would be served as the introduction courses to instructor-led training that would happen this fall. So these courses would cover the basics for what every manager should know, because a lot of times when managers are promoted, they are typically good at their job. But it doesn't mean that they're good at leading a team and having a highly effective team, because when they're promoted to managers, they oftentimes are doing less of their job. So these are introduction courses about a lot of the basics of management and what it looks like on an emotional and professional level. The courses will be sent out around August or September, and they will have a month to complete these courses. Each course takes about 5 minutes to complete, and then they will have the instructor-led training following after that. And that will be a 3-day session that they will come in for a few hours at a time as a group, and we'll do role-playing scenarios, talk about these topics more in depth, and explore possibilities of how to apply the content to their employees at the time. And I just started the development of it. There's a need for managers to stay with a company, and a lot of time that doesn't always happen. And unfortunately, we were one of the companies that happens to. So we had to come up with a solution. So we wanted to do these short courses. We didn't realize that we would necessarily want them online, but that ended up being the most effective way for them. And then we also needed that instructor-led training because the culture at the company is a little bit more traditional based, and so the introduction of just computer-led courses to cover all of the content would not be as effective as we would like it to. And we want to make sure that they're not just reading the content, that they actually can play it out with other people. That way, if their employees come to them with issues or with conflict or anything that may come up, they will have tried to at least go through a scenario in a safer environment in order to handle it as appropriately as possible. So this is the basic website to host it. I created just a Wix website because normally we host our content through our learning management system, but I don't have access to that outside of the company. So I just created these courses in Articulate Storyline 2, and then put them on our LMS, and then here hosted them on this website for this presentation. So the two categories of courses that we thought that they would need would be courses in leadership and then courses in HR compliance, because we want to make sure that if employees are coming to them with questions about FMLA or ADA, that we are making sure to handle them as appropriately as possible and redirect them to human resources so we don't have conflict or any legal issues in the future. So the leadership courses that I made were work, home life balance, emotional intelligence, and networking. So they could click on this page, and that's where they could go through the course. But because don't have access to that, I just use the zip file here. And so here is an example of the work-life balance course that they would just navigate through. And they're very, very basic courses. Like I said, takes no more than 5 minutes, and the skill level about novice to intermediate, whether with storyline courses or interactive courses, because of the audience, and it's typically an older audience that has not as much of experience with these sort of courses. My position is fairly new, fairly recent at the company. Before, there were just people in the training department using the courses developed by our LMS to provide the content. And so the idea of somebody actually creating them to be fun or more than just clicking next is a very new idea. So I have to take it as slowly as possible. So I created very, very basic courses that they can kind of read and click for the time being, and be able to navigate through different parts of basic content instead of just sending them a PowerPoint or recording a screen capture of a presentation.